Hi there and welcome to Vlogtober day number 13. I've spent a good part of the day getting some school things done, got a bit of grading done. I've gone through the first go through of that article I need to review and send back to the academic journal that sent it out to me. So I'm going to get that, finish that off. So I've done the first, read through it once. I'm just going to kind of mull over what revisions were done and so on, but it looks good. I spent a little bit of time working on my my napkin book, my napkin art book. So I videotaped some of that, so I'll get some of that posted up here for you to take a look at. And then I spent some time tearing apart or repurposing an old tissue box or an old Kleenex box and just turned it into a handful of, either they can be tags, they can be journaling cards, things like that for junk journals. So I just kind of showed you some of the basic things I've done with it, how I take it apart, and then there's room for you to continue on and do all kinds of other stuff with it. So I posted that as a completely separate video. I might just add a couple little things into this video just for a look-see of what I've done, maybe just a picture of the finished ones. And what else? We'll have leftovers for supper tonight and then probably sit back and watch a movie. I plan to get some more knitting done on my Slipstravaganza shawl. So if you are planning on knitting this and haven't done anything with it yet, put in a spoiler alert. Don't look for the next few moments. So I just want to show you where I'm at now. It's kind of hard to see. It's really hard to oops, I'm tipping the camera sideways, sorry. It's really hard to see and show using only one hand, but that's where we're at now. I have three layers finished and it needs to be 9 altogether, but it'll go quicker because the first row is the longest one, and then you decrease on either side, so it decreases in number of the little honeycomb thingies on each layer. So as it goes along, it's going to get quicker to work on. I'd kind of hoped I'd get more done on that than I have today, but such is life. I still want to get to the bonus clue before the complete second clue comes out on Friday. It's looking like it might not happen because Wednesdays are typically a very busy day for me, and I don't tend to have a lot of extra time for knitting, but who knows, I might be able to squeak out a few minutes here and there. So anyway, I'm going to go and do a second pass through that journal article and get that review written up and sent off to the editor so that I can cross that off my to-do list. So I'll be back a little bit later on today. So as I mentioned, I took apart an old Kleenex box and created a handful of little journaling cards that you can use in your junk journals or whatever. I posted a separate video of that. You can put a separate piece of paper on the back and just have like a tiny little spot if you just want to put a couple quick little notes. So there's a few smaller ones, a few really small ones, but again, you can put either write on this part itself, put some decorative paper on there. That would work for a little bit of journaling spot. Another one, there should be, did I lose one? I think I might have lost one already. I thought I had an even number. Oh, maybe I lost one of them already. Maybe I didn't have an even number. And then there's these two smaller ones that I've put some kind of decorative or just recipe card page and some food colored stained paper. You can use those for a couple little journaling cards. And then these can be used as much larger journaling cards. This one will need a little piece of paper over top of it just to cover up this. It can be used if you want. You could trim down and make a tag out of it, or you could cut it in maybe 2 or 3 pieces, cut it in half and have two smaller pieces, or keep it the larger size. I kind of like the larger size because it'll tuck in nicely and it gives a lot of space for doing journaling on here. And then you can, if you want, you can just cover the whole thing up. You can use it as more of a, like it's nice cardboard. So you can cover it up, you can decorate this in other ways, add things to it. So I just thought it was like a fun way to use up some scraps instead of throwing it into the garbage. So one Kleenex box, once it's finished up, you can just create a nice little pile of journaling cards. And I am on the lookout typically when I go shopping for, when I'm buying tissues now, I usually try to look and buy ones that have pretty designs on them. The husband was shopping for those, and those aren't really a pretty design on those, but they'll still work. I'll definitely use them for journaling cards. And I didn't have much of that Kleenex box that got thrown into the garbage, so that's a good thing. So I want to start adding some pages and do some more decorating in my napkin art book. There's some extra pages I have in here, but I've done one entry in here so far, and basically just take a pretty napkin and collage it onto the page. And I want to use something from this napkin package and do an entry on my book with this one, or with part of one of these. Now, let me if I can get into it. So I think what I might do is just take one little corner of it and start with that. So I'm just going to trim this. It might be better if I actually properly fussy cut each of the pieces out, and I think I'll probably do that in another one, as I'll fussy cut out the each of the butterflies specifically. But for now, I'm just going to pick some random page to put this beauty on. So I need to make sure we take off the layers. There's one layer's coming off, and then there's probably a second layer on here. There we go. The neighbors threw something on the floor by the sound of it, or dropped something on the floor. Now this does need to be trimmed down a bit because it's not quite going to fit. So let's take a little off of this side. I need to bring my big scissors back from the other room so I have them, because these ones are a little bit trickier to use if I'm cutting a longer distance. And we'll take a little bit off this side as well. Still doesn't quite. Yeah, let's just try. Let's just try fussy cutting them out a little bit more. Now, this is not going to be by a good fussy cut job by any stretch of the imagination. I just want to get a rough cut. Okay, we have one. Now, to glue these down, I'm just using some clear gesso. There's all sorts of other things you can use, but damaged part of his wing. Her wing, I don't know which it is. Okay, be more gentle, Karen. Okay, leave him alone. Stop before I get a mess on him. Just a little spot here for this little guy. There we go. 3 pretty little butterflies added to this page. So I'm going to leave that sit here and dry, and we'll come back and we'll do some more pages another time. I think that this is just going to be like a nice slow relaxing process where I just do a little bit here, a little bit there. But here we have a new addition to my not my butterfly, this is a butterfly, but to my napkin art book. Alrighty, I'll be back later. Alrighty, so here we are, end of the day. It's about 7:30. We're about ready to get to starting to watch a movie tonight, and I just have a couple emails I need to reply to before I watch the movie, or at least before I go to bed tonight. I did a page in my napkin art book, and I've got that little video of that in here, and I'll also have a little video clip of the little journaling cards that I made out of a tissue box. And I think that's about it for today. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day. I've got some grading to get done in the morning. I have office hours. I have class in the afternoon. Then I'll meet up with the hubby. We'll go out for a quick bite to eat probably, and then we have our Wednesday evening church service or prayer meeting, and then we'll be back home about between 8 and 8:30 or so tomorrow night. So Wednesdays are a long day, so I'll try to get a few things videotaped during the day tomorrow and catch you then. So anyway, I'm gonna get the editing done on this, get that processing and up onto YouTube, and then time to go watch a movie. We'll have to figure out what we're watching tonight. We haven't decided that yet. Alrighty, have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.